All right. Hello. Hello, everyone. We are back here. Back again with some other boring things. Cool, cool, cool. Amazing. Uh, Let me just put my handles for GitHub. And one more thing that I want to do is do. All right, guys. Here is another link. Let me start a poll here. Okay, so cool. Let's wait for a few people. And guys, as soon as you keep on arriving, make sure you show your presence. Uh, do, 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 do. Make sure you like the stream, and after some time, we will start working on what we left yesterday, and we'll start with another day three. Day three of the question. The third question of Advent of Code. All right. Okay, so we should start. So let me just switch the scenes, and we are here. Let me just put this window over here. We'll take all the chats from here. Okay, so let's just fix the issue that we were getting yesterday. All right, are you able to see it? Okay, so yeah, this is the thing, right? We were getting this thing that uh, so let's try to figure out what is this. uh, so I have this thing. I created this over here. This was the second question, the second problem of advent of code, where we have to just figure out the we have input, and we have to figure out the invalid IDs, and invalid IDs have a pattern, so that uh, they has to be like we have to identify those and kind of return the sum of all the invalid IDs. So we figured out a solution here. So let's see. But we were getting this issue, right? So it says I cannot borrow the list as mutable. So now, because see, I have this, I cannot borrow the list as mutable because it is also borrowed as immutable. This list is a mutable list. Actually, you know what, this is confusing. So if I do, I can say pattern, right? That is the patterns struct that we are getting over here, and list is inside this, right? So if I make the patterns mutable, now the list here is cannot find value list. Pattern says list. Right, so cannot found. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. List. It should. This is. This has to be changed to patterns. Right. So it says cannot borrow pattern as mutable because it is also borrowed as immutable with this. So it says borrow partially moved value here patterns. Why I'm like this is an issue because if I go inside this thing, I have a mutable self over here. So pattern is basically this self is a pattern. That is, I have taken the mutable self of it. So either what we can do, let's just figure out what we can do. Um, uh, and the borrow pattern is mutable because okay. If I say let list equals patterns dot list dot clone, and then let's be more specific here, clone list, and here I can just say clone list. Now the issue is gone. Why? Because the list has been cloned. So the thing is, this pattern over here, we have to make it mutable, right? And we have a cloned list, so I can now just send the cloned list over here because this check-in store has also a mutable self, right? So yeah, method get output. Let's work on this. I mean, let's get the output and see if we advent of code day 2. This was the input line and the answer should be this: 1 2 double 1 double 2 triple 7 double 5 and 4, right? Adding up all those. So that we are taking this example over here. So let's say one of invalid IDs. What we get over here is patterns dot get output, right? Okay, no diagnostics, so we are good. Now let's go and see if we can have this. Sum of invalid ID is 33. Now here is the issue. Self dot store. Maybe here I can just say, so initially it would be 0 and then it will just be sum of all the things that we get. Okay, it runs only price 0 11 33. Okay, so it turns out that 11 and 22 are the, so okay, so why isn't it running for all? Why isn't it running for all? I should get everything over here, right? This entire thing has to be completed. I have a cloned list over here. Maybe if I can just Get the let's see the clone list. This is the clone list, so we are good here. 1122, right? Then I just did it over here and I get the item, and if I see the item, let me just check the item. Item are these: 11, 22, 95 and 115. These didn't go through it. I guess we have some issue over here. For item and splitted input, I get the length over here, and if the length, so this is for the even and odd. For item, so this will run for each thing. Right. So basically it has to run from the range of 95 to the final range, but what we are doing, we are just running on these two. So I have the splitted input. This should work as a this thing. Okay, so this loop that we have done over here, ideally on the splitted input we get two values. The one is the lower bound and the upper bound, so we have to loop through from there, right? uh, slow internet. This for inclusive range, both ends included. Included, this yields 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we can do that. So this loop we have to change. We have to just say for I in split it input 0, split it. Now here is also a issue. These are string slices, so we need to parse them as well. And I have to just unwrap it. Oops. What is that? I need a block here, right? So here I can just perform this operation, and maybe I can just remove this thing. Now here I. C style for this loops instead use iterator based loop which are safer and more expressive. The for loop is syntactic sugar for into iter. Hmm. Borrows each element immutably, moves ownership of the collection, mutably borrows each element. So I think we need this. No, 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 that is fine. From here to here on the I. Let me just see what do I get. Hmm? What is that? Two 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 three two four. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14. Cool. So, and here I can see that I get each element, right? Hmm. So here I can just want to. Oh, it's not item. It's I now. First half. Maybe I can get the entire string over here. I can say let item equals I dot to string. Then here I can get item dot length. Now here I can see first half would be this, second half the stored value. Now maybe we can check this. Now the store value gets updated. So 11, 33, 132, and sum of invalid IDs is 122, 777, 555. Now let's check it with the example. 122, 777, 555. Cool. So we kind of nailed it with this approach. This is kind of a brute force approach, right? So we get the answer here, but the thing is, yesterday we figured out two approaches for that. The second approach would be this. So it was right. It was the question was I need to figure out invalid IDs, and the invalid IDs has a pattern of repeating the sequence exactly twice. So we figured out some way that if we want to find out, let's say if we want to figure out 100, yeah, if we want to figure out so if we want to figure out a number, so let's say the number was uh, 1122, right? So we just figured out one thing, that for the, let's say it's a 2-digit number, so the sequence, the repeating sequence would be 1 digit repeated twice, right? 1 digit repeated twice. So this is what we figured out. So if it's a 4-digit number, then it means the possible invalid IDs would be 2 digits repeating twice. So let's say it's 1 2 3 4. The range would be 1 2 3 4 to 2 2 3 4. We are taking just an example. So it means from 1 2 3 4 to 2 2 3 4, the invalid ID on this would be, because you see the length is same, right? It's a 4-digit number, and we can strictly avoid the odd ones, right? Like 3 7 5 9, because there can't be any sequence in that, because the sequence is strictly says 2 times. So we take all the values that are even in length. So this way we will have the possibility of possible duplicates or the repeating sequence. So for the 4-digit number, the sequence simply says 2 digits over here, that is repeating twice. So the pattern would be 2 2, right? 2 2. So we figured out that if this is the case, so that means the 2-digit has to be repeated twice. So the 2 digits number are there in number system are from 00 to 99, right? Then we create all the possibilities from that, like 0000, whatever it is. Like now it will be 0101, then it will be 0202, and the same goes till 9999. So this is what we figured out, right? Apart from this approach. And then what we'll do, between these two ranges we will run a loop, and we will check whether the first number is less than this or not. So currently it is less, so we'll avoid that. So we need to figure out that these duplicates should be, let's say if it is A, it is B, then we will check out that this number X, it should be, the X should be greater than equal to A and less than equal to B. Is it the correct thing? Yeah, x should be greater than a and less than b. No, this is wrong. I mean, you get it right. So yeah, so this was the second approach that is more efficient instead of all these things. So maybe you can like try it out. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, just come on chat. All right. And then today we will quickly move on to the next thing that we are working on. So I hope you get this thing. So in order to find the duplicate, the first approach was to split the string and then kind of check for the patterns, and we have to strictly avoid the odd one out. So modulo operator will help us over here. Then we will just bisect the substring, and then we will check whether the first half is equal to second half or not. If the first half and second half matches, then it's a match and it's an invalid id. We keep the sum over here, so it's a kind of accumulator. It keeps on storing the sum of all the invalid ids, and finally we will return it. And the second approach would be, if it's a 4-digit number, the possible combination would be 2-digit number repeated twice. So 00 to 99, there are 2-digit numbers on the number system, 00 to 99, and the possible invalid IDs of 00 to 99 would be 0000, 0101, 0202, like that. Then we will have all that thing, and then we can check whether all these duplicate falls under this range or not. If they false, we will keep the sum. So yeah, maybe you can try that out by writing it down in Rust. Okay, so yeah, this was the second. Now what time it is? 1 p.m. around, right? So now let's go on the third one. Let's me just create a project over here. Okay. Yep. Uh, and maybe we can I just kind of discuss this. So maybe we can like avoid this cloning thing that we did by moving all those things inside this thing, like last we discussed, right? So maybe we can just call a function from main file where we don't have to like loop it over here, because looping in here will own that function will own that list. But if we move the loop inside the struct, then it would be more kind of good, because everything is here. They can just take it a mutable self of list over here, and we just need to call a function from main. You're supposed to get your input from AOC. Yes, I mean, this input I have taken this example, and in this example has the sample output. So if this matches, then it will match like this. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm just like kind of making the solution. So I have to like log in, then maybe I have to write the code there. They will have their input test cases and all. Okay, so maybe we can like try that as well, so that everything moves over here on this. So this pattern struct encapsulate all these things, and on the main file we should not do this way. We will only call a method over here that says pattern dot like some function that we create, and that function will run the loop over here under this struct implementation. There is a follow-up question too, where what do you get if you add up all the invalid IDs? After you log in and submit the answer to the first part. Okay, let me just see. Let me just see. Anonymous. Yeah, gift shop. To begin, enter your puzzle input. Get your puzzle input. Okay. So this is my puzzle input. This is what I get. Let me just show you. You know what? Let me just get the thing over here. Okay, this is it. Right? Adding up all the invalid ID produces this. To begin with, get your puzzle input. What is that answer? Okay, so this answer, okay, we'll run it on our thing and then we'll do. Okay, this is my puzzle input. Now let's run through it. This is my puzzle input, right? And I hope this doesn't have a new line. So let's run and then we will paste the answer. Sum of invalid IDs is this. I hope this is correct. Submit. This is not the right answer. Your answer is too high. If you are stuck, make the full input data. Also, some generators over the way you can also hint. Please wait 1 minute before trying it. But that, I hope this is. How does it know to begin get your puzzle input? You can also share this puzzle on. So is this puzzle input? Okay, this is same, right? Same for all. Yeah, that makes sense. Now this is 8. Now let's see again. Now I get the different answer. Let me just copy it and paste. Yes, that is the right answer. The issue was with copying the string. I get the, like, I didn't select the entire thing. So the 4 left, the 4 number of the previous, the example left there. So that is why it get the wrong answer. So it says that's the right answer. Continue to part 2. If I continue, I'll get the third question. I mean, oh, part 2. Cool. The first part of the puzzle is complete. It provides 1 gold star. Part 2. The clerk quickly discovers that there are still invalid IDs in the ranges in your list. Maybe the young elf was doing other silly patterns as well. Now an ID is invalid if it is made of only some sequence of digit repeated at least twice. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 two times, three times, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 three times, and 1 2 1 2 1 2 five times, and 7 times are all invalid IDs. See, that's what I was saying, that it was easy to get it twice, but it might get complicated if the pattern are repeating more than two. From the same example as before, 1122 still has two invalid IDs. Okay. It has also now, okay, now the 3-digit number is also there. So we have to omit that even odd thing, is it? We have to make a pattern over here that appears thrice. 998 and 1012 now has two invalid IDs, 999 and 1010. Okay. Adding up all those invalid in the example notice. How do you get if you add up all the invalid IDs using these new rules? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's come back here. Now, let me just open this thing as well. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nick. Awesome. Okay. So let's take all these example and try to make a pattern. See if we can figure out anything. Okay. Okay, 1122. That means, do we have to keep the previous rules as well? Invalid is made if it is made only of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. And invalid if it is made so 1 2 3 4 two times, three times are all invalid. So we have to keep all the like old rules plus new rules. So how we can figure that out? Okay, 1122 is good. Now for 111, let's take this example. 99, right? 95 and 99. Now, okay, so see, the second implementation that we just figured out, like splitting this thing, will now, I think, will help us now. Or maybe this could also help. So let's go simple for now. Let's take an example of 95 to 115. Now you see, we were just omitting out this thing because based on the previous rule that so that the pattern is only where we get the number twice. But the issue is here now, a pattern is also a valid pattern if we have a single digit number as well that is repeating thrice. So 111 is also an invalid ID now, but not 114. So I think the length over here is directly now in relation with the pattern, right? So if the length is 3, let me know if this makes sense. Now if the length is 3, the pattern would be also be considered 3. So instead of only a hard coded pattern like 2, that the condition that we have, now we have to just check on this thing as well. The pattern should be based on the length as well, right? So what we can do here, I mean, I don't know if this makes sense to you guys. We'll take examples. Just figure out one solution first. All right, we'll take example. So let's say if there is a number between 1 1 1 2 1 2 3 4. So for let's say 5 as well. So now here 11111 will also be an invalid ID. Invalid ID. Because the length here is 5 and we have to figure out what 5 possible digits number are from 00000 to 11111, right? Let's check this out on here. So we were just checking this thing, so we'll completely omit this thing now. We'll keep track of every number now. Okay, we have a range, we have a length. Now this length, we have to implement something else over here. This thing will be removed now, and if I get on this, let's say I encounter this one. So this part is quite clear that if I have a value over here and I have a B value over here, then on these range I will check whether this exists over this vector or not. This vector or not. So we will have two vectors. One is of the range and another one is of the pattern, and we will check which patterns are there. Oh, now the pattern will change. Pattern will change based on the length. So this A has a different length and B has a different length. So it would be 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1 1. This will be the range, right? On the 3-digit number, the pattern could not be like this 110. Then it will be a valid ID. Am I making sense, guys? If you are like, if you figured out something else, or if you just don't understand what I'm saying, let me know. See, this is a valid ID because on the 3-digit, on the 3, on the length of 3, on the string of length 3, the possible combination or invalid ID would be this 000, right? The lower limit, the A value, and the B value, and the upper limit is this. So I think, yeah, this is it. This is, I think this is done. Hopefully. What do you think? So instead of just taking the odd value, we just have to, but the approach we have to implement is the second one. Right? The approach should be second one, this one. We have to get a range, a vector from 0 0 0 all the numbers to 1 1 1 1 1, right? 1 1 1 1 1, and we have a separate vector that has a range that is there, like 1 1 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. This should be the vector as well. Now what we'll do, we'll loop on this thing and we will check whether this falls between this, right? This is the only way that we can figure out. Oh, you know what, we don't need even vector as well. Let's quickly implement this shit. I'm kind of confident here, but I don't know. This approach, okay. Do we have anything that we can change on this brute force approach instead of writing a new one? I'm just thinking. All right, this seems to be efficient in this case, in this example, but we have already written this thing, and let's see if we can tweak this one. First of all, we definitely don't need this. Right, now I have a length and an item. So a pattern here would be this. No, this fails. This fails definitely. This has to be changed. This is fail. I mean, it's this will fail. This doesn't make sense for the new problem that we have. We have to change this thing. Let's this loop will be also not there. We'll only have the range that we can figure out with this constraint, that x should be greater than equal to a and less than equal to b, right? This constraint has to be checked. A is sorry, a is 1 1 1 and the b is 1 2 3 4 5. I hope you are like getting where I'm going. Let me know, right? And we have a vector of all the possible combination from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1 1. So what we'll do, we'll iterate on this vector. We'll say, hey, 0 0 0, are you less than b and greater than a? No. Move to the next one. Hey, whatever the next combination would be, 1 1 1. Wait a minute. 1 1 1 2 2 2. We have to take this thing, 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. Oh man, I just kind of generalize is this in this one more step. You know what? Ultimately, when we don't have anything like such thing like as even and odd, it's actually a one number system, only one digit repeated to the length of a string. What do you say? 1 into 3, 3. 1 into 5, 5. We just kind of dissected one step below it. Why are we taking 3? Why are we taking length? We can generalize it more, like take one digit, multiply it by length, and there we have it, right? So we'll say, so we'll have one, maybe 0 to 9 number. What we'll do, we'll have to kind of create a string. How? We'll say a range is wait a minute. A range start with 3, ends with 5. So basically this means 3 4 5. 3 4 5, right? So it means a 0 to 9, the all the possible candidate could be 0 0 0, 0 0 0 0, 0 0 0 0 0, and these things should go to 9. So it would be 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9 9. I mean, it's sounding similar to German. 9. Okay. So the possible duplicate here on this thing could be 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. So you take one, get the duplicate 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and you check on all on of these. Does this make sense? We'll say, hey, 000, are you less than 111? It says yes. So we'll say fuck you. Let's go on triple one. Hey, triple one, are you uh a triple one? Are you greater than or equal to triple one? It says yes. We'll store it. Let's go on triple two. So triple two is also there. So we'll add it, store it, add it 333, and it goes for same 444 555 666 as a, and then we will have 4-digit numbers, and we'll see 0000, that is strictly omitted, 1111, that is a valid, right? 2222 333 is just like that. What do you think, guys? Does this make sense? We only have to figure out how we can create this thing over here. I mean, theoretically it is doable, but this thing, based on the length, we can concatenate it to the times. I did part 2 entirely in string. Okay. No, this is, I mean, okay, entirely in string. So you didn't like kind of get the range and all. Share your approach. Entirely in string. That I mean, how can you? How did you calculate then range and all between these things? My P2 is on PC. Oh, okay. Maybe you can share like the idea. Okay. So, what approach did you take to like? I would like love to listen that. So, here, let's kind of go through. Let's remove this thing. Right now, what I can do here is this loop will also be omitted, and I'll say let a equals splitted input 0. Let's name it. So okay, so we have this thing, right? And I want the x now. So how will I get the variables? Let me just take another examples as well. So 998 to 1012. Take this for an example. We'll then see how we are going. 998 1012. Now this is the range. So it would be 0002 to so basically 0 to 9. So the length is 3 here. So maybe we get the all the value, the possible combinations on the 3 length would be 000 to 999, and 4 would be 00002 to 9999, right? I need to figure out these things on the code, then it's quite simple. So it will only have 9 elements over here, so I need to create that. And for 4 I'll have to have this. Let's figure out. It's a shorter number, it's a shorter range, so let's see if we can figure out the answer. So 999 would be there, and 999 would be there, 1000 would not be there, 1010 would be there, 1010 would be there. So it has two invalid IDs, 999 and 1010. Cool. So mix of both, I think. On the even digit length, we'll have this thing between 2 digit combination, and on this thing we can have that one as well. uh hmm 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 so I need to run a loop, I guess. All right. So with the next thing, we have to, it's not entirely on the length, because 1010 would not have uh it will have one, it could not have 1111, and it could have 1010. So for this thing, for the length, basically I can just undo this thing. So here I can say and let b equals one, and a would be b, a would be b, right? Andres, let me know what approach did you used. Maybe we can like kind of modify this as well. All right, so I have A, I have B, and for this I can say I will have item and a length, and here I can say I'll have two cases if length modulo 2 equals 0 and else, right? So I don't, do I need to have a median? Maybe yes, because then I'll have a range here. So this thing, right? I don't need a first half, second half, maybe I can, but on the third one I think I can simply, for the length, I will have a length, right? Then maybe I can, okay, so here's the question. How do we create, I need to create something like this. So from 0 to 9 I want the vector in times of this length, like this, 2 9 length, like this. Maybe if I would have a vector somewhere on the top, will that be helpful? That has to be mutated because based on the length that'll go. So maybe I can have a patterns, a vector of string over here. For every number in the range, I split the number in the factor of its length. For example, in a 6-digit number, uh, a digit repeated, one digit repeated 6 times, two digit repeated 3 times, three digit repeated 2 times, and also avoid duplicates. Hmm. For every number range. Okay, you split the number in the factor of its length. Hmm. Okay, yes, this could be a possibility on the over here. Uh, this thing, right? 12 5 times. So it has 3, 6, 9, and 10. So 2-digit number. Huh? Okay, guys, you have to give me a time. I have just been called. Let me, I'll be back after the lunch. All right. Cool. Yep. Okay, so I'll be back. Just give me. New problem. The problem is electricity gone. The weather has turned upside down. It's getting darker and darker. Storm is about to come. I think it's about to rain. So, yeah. Oh man. Battery will soon about to die. I thought I should come here just to inform so that if a stream gets abrupted, then we should have a closure. Thunderstorm with hail, lightning is about to likely to happen at places over Champa, Dehradun, Haldwani, Nainital. Amazing, amazing. Do we have any likes on the stream? No. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so this one works over here and check if this is it. Let me just guide this through this case. It's pretty one. Okay, so it's 10. So 12 is 5 times, not about 1, 2, 3. Because with our logic, this is an valid ID, but with the updated logic, this is an invalid ID because 12 appears here 5 times. Okay, it is gone. Battery is about to die. Let me just end the stream. Bye, guys. I'll see you when the light is back, and we'll continue from here.